Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody had a wonderful day yesterday, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Back in the factory. So much work to do. So little time. So yesterday was actually a good deal of fun. Turn that off. As yesterday, we managed to find the actual quartz cave that's over here. And not only did we actually manage to find it, but it was a lot closer to get to than we realized. And it was so painful to do it too. Let's jump off the edge here. So all this time, the quartz that we had been looking for over here was quite legitimately just over here. This is where it was this entire time. So we started all of this over here. We started it in this section for our forever home. This is our coal manufacturing plant. This is where we started. And all of this time, it's been hiding right back here. And that, oh, yeah, that galled me something fierce. So, fix something. Audio. Nope. Controls. Audio. Music. So, we've got quartz now, at least silica, being made. I don't have it yet coming out of the cave, specifically because of the fact that I just don't have the belts in place yet. The other thing, though, that I need to do is get the crushed quartz being made. Wait, how is there something back here that's trying to attack me? Where are you? Oh, I see you. I no longer see you. You are dead. Yeah, there you go. What's up, Kintar? How you doing? Let's see. Here goes the other one. Yeah, fair enough. By the way, they released an update yesterday that may fix some of the crashing issues that we were having with the server. So it might be worthwhile to try it again at some point and see if it's a little bit more stable. At least I hope they fixed it. That. And that. There we go. So what I want to do is I have 480 quartz coming out of there.
Interesting choice.
Thanks, Ada. And I want to do quartz crystal. So that's 37.5. I take 480 divided by 37.5, that's 12 of those. Now, if I drop you to, let's say, 240, that's 6.4. 6.4 times 22.5, that gives us 144, which is just a little bit over a Mark II belt. That's okay. You're also turned the wrong way. So let's do let's do this. If I bring the belt out that way. Perfect. I can loop it back here and get a little extra room out of this. Yeah, there we go. That feels good. All right, and then we said this is going to be. What was that? We're doing 240. Divided by 7.5 gets us to 6.4. So I could just do like 6 of them instead of going full out. Because I'm not looking for getting absolutes out of it. Or like I should say, I'm not looking to get maximum efficiency out of this. Just enough to, there we go. And that. And yeah, there we go. Nope, not not that one. There we go. Perfect. Hungry. I already had breakfast, but I had breakfast like a couple hours ago, so I'm already hungry. I don't know. Lately, I seem to be always hungry. It's a curse, I tell you. A curse. All right. So that will go ahead and allow me to get all of this back out. And then what I'm thinking is, which is always dangerous, need use that. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and route everything into here, like I would normally. Let's put all these in place. I should be able to do just a Mark II belt with this. Of course. And you put in. And so yesterday Oh man, yesterday was a fun day, all in all. So, I mentioned previously that I had an encounter on Spectrum, which is the Star Citizen forums, where a guy was asking, what other game has had, in development game has had a launch that didn't have these problems, blah, blah, blah. Basically, trying to say that Star Citizen's inability to release a stable patch on the first day is not unique, and everybody does it. And of course, I replied with Path of Exile 2 did just fine. It was a little shaky at first, but they got it fixed real quick. Well, he didn't like that reply. He finally or he did reply and he said, "Oh, that's too simple." And I, of course, replied with, "Well, that's just not fair because who are we to say what is more or less simple?" And then I made a comment about elevators. Well, he replied finally with, "Missed the mark entirely." And I was debating on whether I wanted to reply. I'm like, I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. But I'm going to be a pedantic asshole about it. Because if you're going to sit there and move the mark because you didn't like the fact that somebody actually had a retort, then maybe you shouldn't reply again. So I went on a tirade about how that was not his original question. That was not his original premise. His question was specifically about a broad generalization, not about specifics. I told him that if you wanted to get specific, you should have said, what other game that is identical to Star Citizen or has identical complexity to Star Citizen has had a non shaky launch of patches? To which I then went EVE Online, um, Elite Dangerous, Dwarf Fortress, World of Warcraft, like pulling out games that are not only live service, but then with Dwarf Fortress, you cannot say that that is not a more complicated game because of the level of depth and simulation that that game actually has. You just cannot argue that it's not more complicated. So basically stating, yes, you're right. There is no other game like Star Citizen, and there never will be, because it's dumb. The way that they are developing it is dumb. However, at the same time, if you're going to ask a question on the internet and then not like the answer, maybe you shouldn't be asking questions on the internet. And then I told him it's okay to love something that has flaws. That doesn't mean you love it any less. It just means that you are aware of why you love it. And I think that was really more of the message that I wanted for him to take away. And for a lot of people, myself included, it's okay to love something that has flaws. Because the knowing about the flaws doesn't make it less of a thing. This is going to be fun. Hell, there are tons of people that still absolutely love Bethesda games. I'm included, for the most part. We know that those games are a broken, buggy mess. We know that those games have massive issues. But that doesn't stop us from enjoying them and from loving them. Of course, that would be slightly too long. In fact, I think for a lot of us, because of the fact that they are oftentimes a broken, buggy mess, is why we love them. Because we get to do weird, random things with the games. Hell, the fact that this game breaks sometimes. Now, granted, I'm on the experimental version, so it's gonna break, but I think it's one of those that having realistic expectations of the thing that you love is a good thing. Is that too far? Yeah, it is. Let's get some good curves out of this. OMG. Cats are at it today. This one. It's kind of fun watching them just slowly marching out of their containers. Nice. Now, this is actually incredibly important because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be needing going forward is going to require quartz, and specifically is going to be requiring quartz oscillators, which has been something that I haven't really been making, primarily because I just have had a bunch from the wrecks that I've been finding. So, this point in time, this is actually good stuff for. All right, who's next? Okay, where is the thing attacking me? I don't see anything moving. Where is it? It might be worthwhile to switch over to kitten mode just so that way I can actually see where they are. Excuse me, arachnophobia mode. But yeah, so one of the things that I'm needing to do at this point is to start handling quartz and quartz oscillators. Oh, just barely too long. That's okay. It's weird that belts aren't as long as hypertubes at their maximum length. Because you would think that both, that in general things would be roughly equal, but I guess not. Oh, also a little bit of a comedy yesterday. So, all three of us that live here in the house wear glasses to some extent. I wear them pretty much full time because I'm blind without them. My sister wears them mostly to drive or when she has to see things from a distance, but otherwise doesn't really wear them. And then my mom, you know, she wears them whenever she just needs to be able to see additional detail, that sort of thing. Well, my sister, whenever she wears her glasses driving, she comes home, walks into the kitchen, sets them down on the counter, and then eventually will take them upstairs. But yesterday, she needed to go out driving and couldn't find her glasses. cue various jokes about, oh, you need your glasses to find your glasses. But she legitimately just couldn't find them. And she looked everywhere. She looked all over the house. She looked in her room. She looked in the bathroom. Tore the kitchen apart. We even looked in the trash just in case. Couldn't find them. They were just gone. So she went ahead, and fortunately she went through Zenny Optical, so it wasn't difficult for her to just order new ones. And they weren't super expensive. But then she winds up having a completely unrelated problem where her keyboard was messing up. She couldn't figure out why, and it was weird. So she'd come down and she's like, hey, do you have a spare keyboard? And I'm like, I definitely do. So I grab the spare keyboard and then I go upstairs to her room. Because, that's kind of the IT field. That's my expertise generally, at least in the house. So I was like, let's figure out why your keyboard's not working. And before she plugged in the new one, I was like, hey, just let me touch your keyboard real quick. It's kind of the joke that they'll be having a problem. And then I will just walk up and touch the object they're having a problem with, and it will just start working. And they hate me for it. They love it when it works, but they also hate that it happens like that. So I was like, let me touch your keyboard. And sure as shit, I touched the keyboard, it starts working. No problems. I'm like, well, great. So then we're standing there just commiserating over things, generally shooting the shit. And I happened to turn and look at the back of her door where she's got her sweaters and hoodies hanging up. And just, I don't know why I thought to do it, but I just started patting her hoodie. And I was like, something strange in this pocket. So I reach into the pocket, and she's like, don't tell me. Please don't tell me. And I pull out her glasses. And she's just like, son of a bitch. So not only did I fix her keyboard, but I also found her glasses. All in a single instant. But it was one of those that's like, life is just a dick sometimes. Fortunately, though, now she unfortunately, as far as I know, wasn't able to cancel the order for her new pair of glasses. But that's okay because they're not like super expensive, and it'll give her an extra pair that she'll actually like. Okay, where is the thing trying to attack me? Hey, what's up? How's day 2 of your band going? Okay. Glad to hear it. Let's get this upgraded. Actually, before I do that, I need to go grab some. Otherwise, that's going to be a huge pain in the ass. Oh, good stuffs. Because I need the spider-loving quartz. Once I'm getting the quartz out of there, I don't need to build in the cave anymore. Yeah, pretty much. Caves. Yeah, they need to add a skateboard. They really do. Like, they need to add some Tony Hawk kind of physics. Like, could you imagine how much fun that would be? Like, running around, railing, railing the rails. All the various skate park pieces they have with the foundations. do a kickflip. And oh, whoops. We bypassed where I was trying to go to. All right. Let's grab some of these. Back ordered. Some more coupons. Aww. Let's head back into the Cave of Wonders. Geronimo! Yeah, just today. Wait until tomorrow. Actually, there's this really cool game that I saw. I'll have to look it up again. That actually looks like it's a lot of fun. That is a parkour game. Let me see if I can pull it up on my wish list. Yeah, there we go. Store or Parkour Pro. No, not Mirror's Edge. Here it is. That actually looks really cool. I saw that yesterday on somebody's YouTube. It's like that actually looks like it could be a fun, proper parkour game. Whee! Good. Okay. 2 belts. You're upgraded. Oh, and speaking of game, went ahead and uninstalled Star Citizen again because right now it's just hot garbage. It's not going anywhere, not doing anything. It actually is less playable than it has been in a while. It's like, screw it. It's taking up space. I'm not enjoying it. So I'll wait until later. And then went ahead and reinstalled God, what did you do? You bitch. Oh, well. Yeah, he just bought the 2 for me, and that was it. Well, I guess I know what we're playing later today. But I had installed. I have to get that again. I mean, I was always somebody that you used to know. I will always be somebody that you used to know. But I went ahead and I reinstalled Path of Exile 2 since they're doing, hopefully, I think the update's coming out today, which should be fun. But we'll have to play a little bit of parkour. All right. now that I've got those out of the hole, I need to bring them up to the train. I'm kind of optimistic about, well, okay, I'm more neutral than optimistic about Dune, only because of the fact that I am well aware of Funcom's track record when it comes to video games. If they manage to pull it off, yay. However, I do know what they be like. What they like is a pain in the ass. Yeah, there we go. Crystal oscillators. Oh, good lord. You are a pain in the ass. So I would need copper and, well, I have copper. So we need copper and iron. The iron actually isn't too bad because that's literally right there and it's a pure node. This one is normal, which again isn't too bad. I can work with that. There we go. Then I've got this over here. So normal node and a pure node of iron, which I would need for making crystal oscillators. Let's do, that might be too high. Let's go with 2. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. But I think one of the other problems that I have whenever you're trying to adapt Dune into any other media is the fact that it really is difficult to adapt the story in such a way that actually does it justice. Most people tend to focus on strange aspects of Dune when they come to adapt it. Even the movies, the recent Denis Villeneuve movies, I don't think properly do it justice. Now, I hope, for the sake of the game, that they've actually put a lot of work and time and effort into the actual cultures of Dune. Because that was one of the other important facts that I think a lot of people tend to miss out on, is the culture of the Fremen as a people, but then also the cultures of the various houses. That there was, well, there is, I should say, a very specific way that they did things based off of the way that all of the houses interacted with each other, the historical precedences that happened, their removal from Earth as a home, things like that. Let's see. might not be. 'Cause I might just have to redo all of that, which would be fine, not a big deal. Nope. Okay. What if we go up one more? One of the other things that I'd like to see in a game is the way that they portray the Spacing Guild, for instance. That's what's going to deal with that, because I don't think that's perfect. In fact, I'm fairly certain it isn't. So we're going to have to redo this. Also, God, I have not fully watched the show, but I didn't have to. I saw clips of the way that HBO handled the Dune show. God, just seeing the clips makes me angry, because I'm like, why are you like this, HBO? Why do you make such a terrible show out of Dune? They don't seem to understand the environment, societal situation of Dune and its universe. Which I guess in a way makes sense. Like, most people don't think about it because they would also be confronted with the way that our current society works to a certain degree. But I think it's one of those that it's very easy to look at Dune as a sci-fi fantasy book and miss out on the important lessons that Frank Herbert was trying to write about. There we go. That's going to be real fun trying to get up there. But yeah, that's just me being an old curmudgeon, honestly. Catapult. Sometimes I kind of wish that it had a little bit more space engineers in it. Honestly, why didn't that show up yet? Ah, there it goes. Accept gift. Add to my library. Close. Take a look at that in a little bit. All right. That should... Yeah, that'll work. Honestly, don't mind that it's a little bit off. Again, it adds a little extra personality to this. However, this building, such as it is going to have to do several functions. Actually, sort of. It's primarily going to act as the location for making our crystal oscillators. Which need... Just realizing what all it's going to need to actually like build all of this. I may wind up making this a very vertical building, because of the fact that in order to get everything in here that I'm going to need, first of all, we are going to be pulling out 240 iron ore. I might bump that up a little bit. We could go up to... Yeah, absolutely. I could do 480. 400 divided by 30 is, I need a total of 16 smelters. Sixteen is not easily divisible by 3, but it is divisible by 4. Wait, is it? No, 6. 8. Yeah, 4 times 4. So I would do 4. Logistics. No. Now I know that they just added vertical splitters, but I don't know how that works. So let's do a little bit of a test, I suppose. We'll do... Nope. Okay. Don't think that's how that works. I wonder if it's something that I have to research. Because I know there's still some research that I need to do as well. And there's also that copper that I want to get to. A little bit of an idea here. I'm trying to figure out how I would take the 480 out of here and divide it into 4 equal. I would have to do first divide it in half, which will give me 2 240s. And divide it by 2. That'll get me 40, 170. Now, 120, idiot. That'll give me 2 120s. True. But the problem is belts. The highest belt that I have currently available is the Mark IV, which is 480 items. So that's kind of what I'm working with. I think that's the highest one that I have. Yes. Oh, I see. So you can just make your... Okay, that's cool. But then what I'm trying to figure out is how I would set up the design for it. Because what I could conceivably do is let's grab our architecture real quick and do like whatever 6 would be. And then not only would I have to do it on one side for splitting it, but I'd have to do it on the back side as well. Or instead of doing it up that high, I could do it in 2 sets of 12. Well, I could do it, yeah, 6 and then 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So it'd be 2 sets of 12, but they'd be 6 deep, double stacked. And that would work, I think, better overall. Yeah, because then I don't have as much issue with the splitting it. Because I could do a splitter, and then one would be the cargo elevator going up, the other one would just be the line going into whatever row is down here. So it'd be like a whole bunch of these. That's the wrong one. 3, 6. So that would be 6 wide. That looks... But it was not. Okay. Whoops. Damn it. Get back here. So that's what 6 of them looks like. So if I do this, and we come up here, yeah, I'd have to do it like that because otherwise I would encroach on the next set. So I do have to have that little bit of gap. But then I could do 6 more of these up top. So let's bring this down like so. I would be able to do another 6 of these on top of that. And then double this on the other side. I would put splitter there, or do I want it to be closer? I think closer would be better. Yeah, closer would be better. And then for this, I'm going to have you coming down underneath. Let's. Oh. Oh. Okay. Having a kind of an epiphany here. How close are you? You're basically kind of right. Nope, 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 nope. Get back up there. Because then what I can do is this, but on the other side. Oops. Yeah, I could do that. Do that right now. And I want to split you there. That'll help keep all of this fairly compact. And then take all of this. And I want to convert that to a half foundation. Like that. That's going to look a lot better. And then I can go ahead and yeah, right there. Cool. So that is the perfect height. Nope, there you go. Like that. Now the fun part will then be to bring all of it back together, which again won't be too difficult. Because I can do something similar on this front side here. Like this. Then again, now that I'm looking at it, wait. Kind of looking at how I could join both rows. Let's see. Essentially what I'm looking at is how I would be able to have both rows facing together. And having it so that they would, in essence, connect up to each other. And I think I would want to do it like this. So then I could merge, center line this. all those get center lined this direction, and then I would merge down that way for the top portion. Have the two meet in the middle. Either going out or going out. Maybe. Or have this. No, that won't work. Right up past that line. Just make sure that I can get all 6 of these in here like this. Perfect. Then I need my half foundations. Okay. That works. Let's that in there. This in here. What I really ought to do is actually be building this in the blueprint designer. So that way I can actually like have a blueprint of this for next time. Because I know now I can do the Mark II. Oops. Which is much larger. I would have to build some stuff first, but doable. And then I'd be able to make an actual blueprint of this much more easily. And then that way in the future, if I run into this situation where I need to do a full one of these and smelt it out, I have every capability of doing so. Especially because I actually need these to come to the back, maybe? Or better yet, now that I'm realizing this, what I can do is actually just have these two split kind of dead center of that. I believe that's where you're supposed to be. Yes, okay. No, that's not where you're supposed to be. No. There we go. Okay, so this will be my Mark III belt coming out. That will be everything from here. Bring you out. This. Upgrade you to the Mark IV. Perfect. Okay, so that'll be everything coming out. That gets split from 480 to two 240s. It'll get split again into two 120s. One will go up to the top row, one will go to this bottom row. And then what I need to do is I'll need to do this again, but on the top. Once I'm on the top, though, I will actually run it this way, the center channel, which connects into here. It's probably actually correct. Ooh, almost. One off. But if I make that a Mark III leading into down here, then I can make down on the bottom level the Mark IV leading back out. And that will be correct. So you need to be right there. Six. And is that correct? Yeah. Six. Wait, something doesn't feel right. Oh, I know why. You guys are actually too far away. Because they're on the... Yep. I was centering them on the wrong paths. 5 and 6. Okay, cool. So now what I do is I have my mergers come this way. Yep, incorrect. Mergers come this way instead. And then take like that. These then all come down this way, which I can do a foundation here. Give us that clearance that we need. And then that will be everything merged into a single line. I could also take all of this and basically rotate it, but this is the way that should work just fine. All right. And again, that's 6 times 4, which is 24. 24 times 30 is wrong. 720. Ooh. Wait, no. Wait, what? 480 divided by is 16. Oh, whoops. I got a little overzealous. I just needed 4 of these. 4 times 4, not 4 times 6. Oh, Cruz, you idiot. All this work. You know what? I may just leave it as is. Because I could. I think I have them on me. Yes, more power shards. That gets up to 600. Okay. I need more summer sloop for that. I don't know. If that were the case, we wouldn't have John Wick, and then we wouldn't have a badass movie series. So I think it's one of those that sometimes animals have to die for the sake of the plot. Otherwise, movies just wouldn't happen. What? This is not correct. This annoys me. All this work for nothing. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think what we're going to do, because I know how we're going to set this up now, is I'm going to actually take all this apart. Let's just pull all this building down. There you go. As long as you know it or it's, as long as you know it's going to happen, it isn't always as bad or as jarring or as painful. Okay. Let's clean this up. Oops, nope. And get rid of this and this. Okay. Now that we've gotten all of that planning out of the way, we need to actually make the blueprint. So what I need to do is come down here gently. We're gonna head on back home. Which really I ought to just go ahead and put it together a hyper tube. But oh well. Hey there, guy. And need a space for it as well. Dude, quite have a space set aside for what I want to do. I'm also going to take a quick AFK because I am starving. I am super hungry. Let's see, I need a bunch more of those. For that, I need screws and modular frames. Okay. Take. I know, right? Make a total of 18 of these. What do you mean, not enough space in inventory? I should have lots of space. Okay, fine. Drop you in there. Drop off the ore that I don't need. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to make those. I will be back in just a second. All right, there we go. Need more screws. Always need more screws. There we go. Let's make some more of these things. We'll figure out where we can. Ooh, actually, I think I know exactly where I can go ahead and build it. You know, honestly, these meatballs kind of growing on me. There's like 120 of them in the bag. And they're not bad, like just plain. No sauce, nothing. Just microwave them and eat them. Okay. It's 38. I need, I think, 12 more. Nope, I have enough. Cool. So I think what I'll do for the sake of this. Oh, thank you. This is a 40 by 40 thing. I think it's going to be massive. I might have to take it out to the desert. But let's go ahead and at least see how big this is going to be. Oh, no, that's actually not too bad. Oh, yeah, no. Perfect. Wait, that's 40 by 40? Really? I guess so, yeah. Okay, so what I want to do is let's start off with the architecture, and I want to
0 out of 10.
shut up, Ada. You're such a bitch. 3. Then I want half foundation. Nope. Said the half foundation. Thank you. Oops. And 3, 4. Could even move that over a little bit. Get a little bit of room on either side. Yeah, that'll do. Let's grab this. Okay. Go down here like so. Another one there. Perfect. So what I want is let's do the input here. And you to be there. You to be there. Knee belts to there and there. That'll be perfect. And then we do our splitter. There. And there. And I want to do the same thing over oops. There. Nope. That is incorrect. Like that. Is lined up. Okay. There. You are Mark 2. I'll change the elevator, but that's all right. Get upgraded, and you get upgraded. Okay, so we're going to have 480 coming in, splits into 240, splits again into 120. 20s go up here, 4 long, perfect. Let's then grab architecture, frame walls, build this up. Excellent. Get that across. Then we do the half foundations here and here. And where I want it. No. There. Excellent. That is the now I take merger, run merger down this way. And merger come and conveyor come out. So essentially what happens is this becomes a Mark IV belt. Which will be awesome. All of these are Mark I belts. So they're bringing out 30 per minute. Excellent. Nope, that is not what I want. You are turned the incorrect direction. There we go. Go there. And I'm just double checking this every step of the way to make sure that I don't run into any issues, any unforeseen issues, I should say. Up. Perfect. Get upgraded. Get upgraded. Okay. Now I'm going to take out this one real quick. Three, four. You back. There we go. And again, I want my mergers to be running this direction. These are going to be 240s, so Mark III. And I think what I'll do here is grab that. Excellent. Okay, so should all be correct. That should all be correct. Again, Mark I belts coming out. Excellent. Now you are the splitters, so I need this one. Mark I belts in there. These. Not correct. Oh, shoot. I gotta fix that. was like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Okay. Now we're working correctly. Nope. Did have this turned the wrong way. Fortunately, easy fix. Okay, that's that side all taken care of. Oh, come here. Don't run away. I am your friend. Again, splitters. Oops. Okay. That should be. Let's double check. Everybody is belted up. Awesome. So that is everything that I need for up here, not including power. I haven't belted up, or I haven't wired up power yet. That'll have to be next. That's all you guys done. That's all you guys. I'm done. Okay. Nope. Awesome. This side looks to be done. Okay. That's all done as well. Awesome. Okay, so what I want to do is set you all to iron. And I think what I'll do is versions for iron and copper. So that way I have a blueprint for each and I don't have to sit there and mess with it each time. Go. And there goes all the iron. Now what I want to do is I kind of want to actually close this, I believe, so that it's more or less a complete sort of building itself. So let's do that. Yeah. And then texture flat roof. Yeah, setting it up as a blueprint. That may not be the most doable thing here. Actually, we'll do it this way. Walls. What about angled? Yeah, that'll work. And then for this wall, I can do the conveyor wall. Not that it really matters, but let's see how that looks so far. And we'll just do yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. And I just need the conveyor walls again. There. There. Perfect. And then I want to do that again for this side, which conveyor wall. Glass. Conveyor walls. Nice thing is, this will actually make it a little bit easier to wire it all up, too. Ooh, I should maybe put a door in here. Let's do architecture, and I want catwalk. Do catwalk stairs. And do this here. Now, let's see how that's going to look. Because if I go up one more, pretty you and No, it's not what I wanted at all. And it's this. And that. Perfect. And then I should be able to do straight. Need railing, right? Oh, need a shorter one. Need like a half one. No, I don't. I need. Ooh. Well, just try not to fall in. That's basically how that's going to go. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing. Architecture. Do the catwalk straight. Right here. And then walls. Gate hole. There. That is perfect. Then I can finish it off with our windows. That is going to look exquisite. It's all set up. Yeah, I need to replace these windows. Yep. I think these just fit better because of the aesthetic that they are matched with. And alrighty. That takes care of most of those. The only other thing that I really need is to get that there. And I believe that is everything that I need, with the exception of course, the rest of the walls. Let's get rid of you and you. And we'll actually concrete these directly. Yeah, no, you're fine. And yay. All right. That should be everybody set up correctly. All the walls are done. Now a little bit of greebling because why not? This look like it's actually supported. Yeah, that'll work. No. Nope. Is that what I need to do for over here? That I'm not happy with that. But yeah, that looks good. Perfect. Yeah. Makes it look like it's a little bit more stable. That up. Cover up that. I kind of wish this had half walls. Half walls would be super, super useful because of the fact that there are circumstances where you're using things like this, and it would be nice to be able to fill that in, not have it just sticking out. But the next thing that I want to do is get power connectors here. And in order to do that, are power, I want wall outlet. Let's just do the marked ones. Okay. These all connected up. It's amazing how much work goes into just making a blueprint. Like, I'm not actually doing anything specifically for the factory yet. This is just a blueprint that will eventually get used. But it's kind of enjoyable as well. All right. Now, what I want is to take you. And I will put double-sided. And then put it. Actually, no, not on the front. Get rid of that. I'll have it in the back instead. Do the double wall outlet. Yeah. Then I can go ahead and double outlet here. Again. There we go. And this perfect. And there we go. That should be everybody capable of being hooked up to power. Hooked up to power. And then the only other thing that I need to do is make this so that it can be connected to power. Which, let's bring this up here. Actually, you know what? We'll do the double wall here. Okay. And then I can set up that there. That will be our power connector. Or, as a better design idea, I can add a power switch in here. And so if I need to, I can come through and actively switch this blueprint off, this particular factory section, so that it is not drawing power if I don't need it to. So then, where are you at? Excellent. There. Maybe move this over. There we go. Awesome. Then I will put that really is. Okay. Now what I need is other there we go. There we go. That way, if if anybody else is using this, they'll be able to see specifically connect this to the power grid. So there's no question about where you're supposed to connect to. And then I want this. Let's make this. Get output. And select and parts. Or input. There we go. Sure, get output or input is correct. Let's get kind of a bird's eye view here of how it looks. And honestly, that's not too bad at all. I actually really like the way that that turned out. It looks like a self-enclosed building, like a self-sufficient enclosed building. So that way, all of it, like it's just one chunk of building that does everything that it needs to, and it's awesome. So the next thing I can do to just kind of tweak it up is let's get the beam connectors. Oops. Let's put those connectors on there so that it terminates correctly. I think the only thing that I want to change is the roof. I want to have it kind of match the sort of angled roof thing that we're going with. So we'll do architecture, roof. Vision. Nope. Okay. And do this. And then I don't really have any way to fill that in correctly with glass, which I wish I did. We'll just use the random walls. And there we go. That looks not quite. I've got to replace these. Let's use in place. Okay. Wasn't quite correct, but we can Oh, and I know what else I need to do. Realizing, even if we go, there's one more connection that I needed to make. It's sitting on the outside of the building. This one done. Also kind of tempted to maybe put a floodlight on the top as well, facing down. If instead there we go. That's better. And then, yeah, finally we do a flood lamp on the outside or something similar. Could also do a big ass organization, large billboard. Then set text here. Iron ingots. That way you can see exactly what's being made in this building. You won't have to second guess it. That is a little bit off. Do not like that. There we go. That's better. Doing all this work just for one-off sign. Well, sort of. Iron. Iron smelting. There we go. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's got character. Cool. Alrighty. Hey, and there goes our tractor. Driving on by like it don't even care. Because realistically, it doesn't. Alright, so what I want to do is over here. And iron smeltery. 480. Smeltery for iron. 180. Put parts. I'll actually set you to green. As power switch. Options for power and input. Blueprint saved. Okay, so now if I go to blueprints, I have my iron smeltery. Yes, perfect. So what do we do? Actually, I'm not going to take it down yet because I want to do a version of this for copper as well. That way I won't have to redo this and then go in and do everything. I will just automatically have the blueprints available to me. So there we go. Wow, wow, wow. I did get kind of a late start today. I actually kind of lost track of time a little bit while I was watching YouTube. I was like, well, let's go ahead and just get my coffee made. I could be a little bit late. Not that big of a deal. Oh, yeah. All right. And where we want to build this is going to be out over here. Which I will at some point need to add stairs up to the next level. There we go. So what I want to do is blueprints, and I want the smeltery. Let's face it this way. And there she goes. Oh, that is beautiful. And everything is all set. Yes. So now all I have to do is we bring this belt out here like so. Conveyor belt is too long. And there we go. That is all set. That is going to make life so much easier. Just in general, that is going to make life so much easier. Because now I know exactly how much is going to be coming in, and I know exactly how much is going to be coming out with this particular blueprint. There's not going to be any question. It's fairly small. Like in the actual footprint, that is a fairly small smelting array. And it's already all done up. So there's the only thing that I need to do is connect the input belt, the output belt, power. And that's it. That's all I have to do at this point. Which I can very easily just sneak that there. Nope. And if for whatever reason I don't need it, yeah, so there we go. So right now it's turned off. Let's also go ahead and get power going over here. Power is all set. That's got 480 that's going to be coming out of it. There she goes. Let her rip. Sure. Okay. Sure everybody's getting what they need to. Oh no. I just realized those are a little bit off. Oh well. I'll have to fix that later, but for now, that'll be fine. You are running. Perfect. Not getting it right. Should be. You. Okay, that's a. Oh, because that's a smart splitter. That's why. Ah, Shazbot. Okay. What about the other side? Is the other side like that too? He's just regular. Okay. Okay. You're impressed. Why are you impressed? Okay, yeah, I've got to completely redo that. Oh, oh. Nope, nope. Back up. Okay. Let's fix all of this. Always something. But it also means that I know what to fix when I go back to the blueprint, which is the important part. Okay. Be that. And okay. We do walls. Goes back in, even though they are incorrect. There we go. You are working. Seem to be working. Make sure you're not smart splitters. Okay. already full. Awesome. Okay. So what I need to fix on the other one, on the blueprint, so that way everyone going forward will be working correctly, is just to replace those smart splitters and just make sure that that is set up. Otherwise, though, there we go. We are now setting up, now doing this fantastically. 480 going in, 480 coming out. Now, not currently using the 480 anything just yet, but I will be at some point in time. Because what I need for that is to make the reinforced iron plates. Reinforced iron plates are then going to be used for the crystal oscillators. Let's go up here so that way I can go repair the blueprint. And then I will be able to do a version of it that is set up for copper. Here. I believe it's this side. Yep. You. Belts go in. And finally, put
While I admire your investment in your work, invest it somewhere more productive.
shut up, Ada. You're not helping. There we go. And now I should be able to save. Confirm. There. Blueprint is now fixed. Now we need to go through and do a copper version of this. So select recipe, copper. Here, do the same. There we are. Oh yeah, gotta change this icon. Select icon or copper ingot. Smelting. Make sure I change the icons for icon parts. And copper select. Copper smeltery. Oh, whoops. And there we go. Now, if I check my blueprints, I have a blueprint for copper category. Smelteries. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I should be able to just. Okay, I should be able to just add the. Just apply changes. Let's go here. Nope. Edit. Good question. I'll have to look. Smelteries. Apply. I can change the order. But it won't let me actually move it to a different category. To add a subcategory, press the edit button and then press the add subcategory. You can also drag a blueprint here to automatically create a new subcategory. Okay. Oops. Okay. Blueprints. Smelteries. U. Buildings. Ah, there we go. I needed to make a subcategory is what I needed to do. Then apply changes. And there we go. Awesome. God, shut up. All right, there we go. So we've got our two buildings. I think for now I'm going to leave this up because I don't know if maybe I want to adjust it. Or something else. Or maybe make any tweaks or fixes or anything like that. So I'll have to wait and see. But for now, that is pretty sweet. So with that done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick AFK again. And then I think we're going to go ahead and try out that new game. So let's exit to desktop now that we're saved. So that way we can install. Also, where are we at with Path of Exile? Is that updated yet? Don't know if the new patch is released. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Library. Let's see, that's called Storer. Come on, catch up. Install. Install. Cool. Okay. We're going to go ahead and let that do its thing, and I will be back in a quick couple. Alrighty, there we go. And we're about a little under halfway installed. Not a super huge game. Streamlabs, you're a little slow on that. Okay. Encoder overloaded. Consider turning down video settings. How is the encoder overloaded? Oh, good stuff. So let's check out to see, because I know at some point today, I hope that the update for what is it? The update for Path of Exile 2 is supposed to come out, which brings with it some fun and interesting things. Yeah, the Dawn of the Hunt. So I'm waiting to see how that's going to turn out. Oh, and yesterday, after looking at the the what is it trailer for Aska on Steam yesterday, when I uploaded the VOD to YouTube, I got a copyright flag, not a copyright strike, just a copyright claim for the song that's in it, and it's like, well, that's messed up. I was watching the trailer, so that was kind of an entertaining bit of YouTube doing its thing. Good lord, download faster. Like 22 gigabytes worth of data, which really isn't that bad. Why are you showing that? There we go. It's the only problem when you're waiting for something to download is when it winds up taking so long to do so. Hmm. Oh, and apparently, let's see, the Minecraft movie came out, and YouTube reviews are like all over the place. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes. There we go. And Minecraft. Ooh, no. Wow. Wow. So currently, the Minecraft movie has a 49% with critics. Oh, yep. And it looks like in general, it's more of the same sort of Hollywood just doesn't get it kind of stuff. Apparently, from what I'm seeing here, let's actually bring this up. Uh, there you are. So apparently, what we're looking at is it's 49% with critics, with the Sun, Linda Merrick at the Sun UK, liking it. While it may not be a masterpiece, its sheer sense of fun make it an easy win for families looking for something to watch during the holidays. Fair. And then Zaki Hassan from the San Francisco Chronicle, another example of Hollywood shoving a beloved property into the factory mold, cube shaped mold, Natch, hoping name recognition will be enough to justify its existence. Stephen Thompson of NPR, turning Minecraft into a movie, presents a challenge because the film has a lot of character development to catch up on. But as Lego Movie and Barbie have demonstrated, it's possible to get it spectacularly right. Feels weird. Preston Barda, a Minecraft movie is a messy build. It lacks the sharp wit and self awareness of the Lego movie, and its story often feels like players endlessly digging but never striking diamond. But as far as kid centric entertainment goes, it's serviceable. So it'll be interesting to see what the end of the day provides us as far as actual reviews. Let's see what we have for verified. Lots of 5 stars. We give it a 5 if they didn't try putting live action into it. Fair enough. The CGI is amazing, but the story and characters are extremely lackluster. The movie doesn't flow and is painful to watch. Besides the blocky setting where the movie takes place, the game Minecraft is horribly represented. 1.5 stars. I felt like they took a subpar generic fantasy plot and painted over it with Minecraft visuals. That was kind of the feeling that I got when I saw the trailer for the Minecraft movie. Is that it felt like it was just like it should have been an 80s movie kind of feeling to it. Like the never ending story kind of thing. Great for a kids movie, did not disappoint. 5 star. A lot of 5 stars. Everybody's just 5 starring it. Makes me feel a little like these are not necessarily genuine reviews. Then again, they could be. People could have absolutely loved it. Yeah. So, good news, I suppose, for the Minecraft movie. Looks like they're actually managing to get some good reviews out of it. We'll see what the shoot what the box office looks like over the weekend. I imagine just on name alone, it's actually going to make quite a bit of money. Minecraft, outside of Grand Theft Auto, is probably one of the most well known properties out there. I would basically wager it's Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto, and then Fortnite in that order. With Pokemon being like sharing third. Actually, probably Pokemon is a fourth these days. It doesn't quite have the same appeal, at least here in the United States, that it used to. I imagine most of the appeal is coming from adults who grew up with it, as opposed to children who are in the act of growing up with it. Got a little under 5 minutes left. I should have just been downloading it this entire time. Hmm, okay. Okay, get that updated while we wait. Hmm. Yep, of course. Right now. Hmm. Faster. Let's see if there's anything interesting on Growlcore is playing some Enshrouded. Awesome. Haven't seen him in a while. Let's see. Let's take a look at. I was I was watching a video today talking about um, games that were reviewed by people that are not, or poorly reviewed games that are actually much better than their reviews would let on. And the primary impetus of the video was talking about how games will oftentimes get reviewed in a way or by people that are not the target audience. And so the review winds up reflecting that. One of the reviews, and actually one of the other things that he specifically called out were the way that streamers specifically will wind up playing a particular game and then giving it a review based on the fact that they're a streamer and not a gamer, which there's a certain level of irony to it, but it's true. Part of the problem is that a streamer will be attempting to maintain a certain energy level throughout their stream. And in so doing, oftentimes, if a game is a little bit of a slow burn, let's say like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a perfect example of this, is one that he used. In moments where there's not much really actively going on screen, when things are quiet, when it's kind of just chill and whatnot, streamers may oftentimes just start talking and trying to fill in that gap in engagement, and in so doing talk over emotional bits that may be important. And so what winds up happening is that they themselves miss out on it, but then on top of that the audience misses out on it as well. And so the audience's opinion becomes based off of how the streamer is interacting with the content, and therefore it creates an issue. And so it can create an unfair bias in those sorts of situations. Okay. I don't know if this is. Um, okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get this started, shall we? controller. Let's do this. Also, I need, once I get started, set games. Capture.
Popular public places.
Parkour. Specific window. There we go. Awesome.
Linked with the bro, said link up soon, let's talk over tea. These days it's all about flex and talk, but bro, I'm trying to make this pee. I got a text from the bro in Cali.
I guess tutorial.
The jump is your foundation of parkour and will be key to getting around the city. Jump off, across, over and onto objects, and make sure that you tap jump a step or two before the edge to avoid falling.
What the hell? Ah, okay. Okay, now run. Something's going on here. First of all, graphics. Let's get rid of. Like, what's. Let's just do banging. VSync off. Reflex enabled. Okay, I'm sub. Okay. The hell's going on here? Because it looks like this is supposed to be. But I'm not moving. What the hell? Okay. Well, run. What the hell's going on here? Let's move. Walk. Press. Ah, I see. Okay. That is so weird.
Hold and release jump to do a jump with power. Use the power bar to see how much force you're building up and release when you've built the amount of power that you want. The longer you hold, the more powerful the jump.
Okay. Whoops. That didn't work out too well. Nice. Okay. That's not so bad.
Use rolls to absorb impact and preserve your momentum when taking bigger drops. Hold the roll button whilst falling or during an action to trigger one where you land. The closer to landing you start holding, the better the roll will be.
Okay. Okay.
Climbing is another key element of parkour. Use wall pops, run-ups, and climb-ups to traverse up walls and buildings. Tap climb when on the ground to do a wall pop or a run-up, depending on the height of the wall. When hanging on the wall after you've run up, tap climb again to climb up onto the wall. Make sure to tap climb a couple of steps before the wall.
Okay.
The edge of a wall, hold climb to climb down into a hang. When hanging, hold climb again to drop off the ledge. Use descents to find different routes down buildings.
Okay. Let go. There you go. Okay.
Arm jumps are a great way to get across gaps you can't jump across. Whilst falling, hold grab to catch a ledge. Your trajectory is important and will
Kind
decide
of
whether or
reminds
not
me
you
of a
can grab
mission
the ledge.
or one of the
Control your
missions
jump
from Death
power and
Stranding.
direction to get arm jumps on lock.
Okay. Hold right trigger, left trigger to grab. Spring. Okay. Okay. Yes, parkour. Parkour where I'm probably
If
going
you
to
do a
die a whole lot.
powered jump while standing still or moving very slowly, you can do a standing jump. Hold stick whilst in the air to stick the landing and stay in place. Whilst falling, you can pull back on the move input to slow your forward speed. Toggle precision mode on and off to take smaller, more controlled steps when on small objects.
Okay. No. Oh no, that's way off. God.
Like, but we try to pretend like, yeah, we stressed out and we fighting again. Outside and you lighting a blem like, yeah, I'm a nice guy, they gon' try me again. Like, you ain't ever really had an eye for these men and I rate that.
This part is
Change the
a
horizon.
little bit
Yeah,
more
I don't know where
difficult.
I'm but I'll trade that peace for a little excitement. Yeah. Cheap lady did that for me. Yeah. How many more ticks are that left on the timer?
Oh,
If I
wow.
go for a stroll, like if that was me, I wouldn't have that either. Yeah.
Oh, I think I overshot. Ooh. No. Oh, this one's going to kill me. Nope. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, let's just skip this. I just want to skip. No, no. The problem is the way that this guy moves. That's not what I wanted. I was trying to play the game. Oh, man, that is frustrating. Because part of the problem. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Part of the problem is that what winds up happening is that I'll land and then it'll start trying to run me off the edge for some reason. So they really need to kind of lock in when you're standing still versus when you're moving. Because I wasn't moving, I wasn't touching the movement stick, and it was still like, okay, we're going to jump you off. That was one thing that some people have complained about with the game is that the controls are a little iffy. They could use some work. But they're also strangely sluggish sometimes too. Um, yeah, no, I'm not getting up there. Also, why in God's green earth do we have motion blur? I don't know why people still use motion blur. Yeah. Oops. Admittedly, this is actually kind of nice. Oh, what it needs, first of all, is better camera. Jesus. What the hell? I guess I'd vault over that. Okay. Oh, there goes some music.
don't get spun. You know I love you, I'm still praying for my day ones. You know I'm busy, I'm still joking till the day's done. She said she love me, only love me when the money
Let's
comes.
see.
Smoking heavy, mama always told me quit, son. I'm at work, that's what pulling for a 2-1. Got a pass, borderline or else I'm losing funds. And everybody wanna shine, but I'm not everyone. Feel like I'm done living my life, I'm on the second one. She can never be my wife, is she for everyone? Just keep it real with me and pop it for me like a gun. I made a lot and lost a lot and sold that rollie on. I'm learning lessons, counting blessings, I don't wanna front. Like oh my god, I pay it forward, tell my fellas hunt. Will never love you like you love you when
Come on.
day.
Fracture. Wow.
Yourself and get a fat plate. Yeah, we still pattern through the sad phase. They'll snake the thing like Auntie Louie.
Okay. Yeah. I think yeah, I don't think that's a good game at all. I've had a chance to play it a little bit now. I broke him. Let's see if this will properties. I wonder. Manage. We're gonna uninstall that one, and I'm gonna see if I can refund it to you, Hollows, because no, that one's just that's painful in not even a fun way. That's one of those that's just like I can't do that. Let's see, how do I do this? To Steam gift. Okay. Steam support. Yes. Okay. All right. So, Hollows, you should be able to now go through the support page and request a refund for the game because that is just no. I'm sorry. I know it's early access and it has way too much work to go. That one is just brutal to try and play. And I unfortunately just don't have the mental fortitude to try. Because on top of controls that are they are really loose and really sluggish at the same time. It's also a situation where the gameplay needs to be like the actual engine itself needs to be optimized. Get rid of motion blur, period, or at least allow us to turn it off. It's a cool concept. It's just terrible implementation as far as a game goes for parkour.
Aye.
Yeah, basically, I initiated a refund So you should be able to go to your store or your Steam support, and then you should be able to go ahead and request an actual refund for it. Yeah. Yeah, in this case, it's telling me that you have to go ahead and do the refund on your end. Basically, I'm allowing for you to do the refund. So you'll just have to go into Steam support. It's just under help and then Steam support. And then it'll be that top game, and then you should be able to initiate the refund. Thank you though. Thank you though for getting me the game. It just yeah, about that. There was, however, um, where is it? Hmm. There was another one that was similar to that, and I know it's in my list here. Um, hmm. Here we go. Rooftops and alleys, also a parkour game. No worries, no worries. This is another one that I've been looking at that's supposed to be halfway decent. It actually has really good reviews, overwhelmingly positive reviews. Yeah. So that's the other parkour game that I've been looking at. Let's see. Let's check on. Let's double check to see. Path of Exile. Hi. Awesome. Yeah, let's try that one instead. Let's close out of this. Yeah, and again, it's got overwhelmingly positive reviews. There we go. The other one was mixed, so let's do. Where were you? Ours. Oh, and it is significantly smaller too. So the other one, Storor, Parkour Pro, 22 gigabytes. I'm not sure where that 22 gigabytes was at, but it was. This one is 1.2 gigabytes. Super tiny. This is rooftops and alleys. said rooftops and alleys. Thank you. Man, it should be done pretty soon here. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, it decided that it wanted to go really slow. Hopefully, this is another one that uses the controller because these sorts of games surprisingly work better with the controller. The biggest issue I was having with Store War is the controls for a parkour game need to be incredibly tight. Um, Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge 2 are two perfect examples of a game that actually has incredibly tight controls for that type of movement, while also maintaining that sense of momentum and speed that you would expect out of a parkour game. But Parkour Pro, that one just no. That one would, if it had another year or two to kind of cook, and hopefully the developer actually sticks with it. Oh, fair enough. But Parkour Pro, hopefully the developer sticks with it and actually tunes it up a little bit better and really locks in the controls because I think then it would actually be a much better game. All right, let's try this out. Yes, I know. I've got a controller. Set games. Rooftops. Also, there we go. Let's do the tutorial. Okay. Okay. Left trigger to climb up. Okay. Ooh. I know, right? There we go. Okay. That actually feels pretty good. I like that. See, that was much easier. Let's see what this says. Here you will. Okay, so we go from. Okay. To a certain extent, yes. This is. Aha, like that. Okay. Right after landing a cartwheel or backhand spring. Oh, nice. Oh, whoops. Yeah, if you get enough speed, you can't. It's not like 100%, but if you get enough speed, you kind of like throw yourself up at the wall. You can kind of run up along it for a short view. It's not going to be like 1-to-1, but. Air tricks are performed after jumping by combining a button press with direction like right after jumping wide. Okay, that's awesome. Okay. After jumping, hold. Okay. I want to try that a little bit more. Question is, how do I land it right? Yes. Yeah, a Dying Light had a great parkour system. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's do solo. Let's try the steel yard. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that was funny. Ow. Okay. Oh, I see. That's right. Left button and jump. I like this. This is actually a lot of fun. This is way better controls than the other one. Whoops. Like this feels fun. I don't know how to do tight ropes yet, though. Okay. Oh, that's kind of fun, though. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. This kind of feels like when you're learning to play something like Tony Hawk. Okay, now this is better. This just feels like it's more fun. I was just trying to sit down, that's all. Yeah, no, this definitely feels better. Ow. Oops, I almost made it. Okay. What's that? Oh, come on. Okay, that was, yeah. And then slam myself into the wall. Okay. Ooh, I can Customize myself. Let's go for something like that. A little more purple. I think we'll stick with the black. Yeah. Should we do? You'll get the purple treatment. Okay, cool. It's around here. I like this game. I should have gone with this one instead. Good question. I don't think so, though. If I had to guess, I like the music too. It's like the right kind of music for this sort of game. Whoops. Okay, that's funny. Looks like that's something that I would be able to. Well, not going up there. Nice. Oh no, I'm hitting the wrong button. Duh. There we go. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Milan? I know, right? Okay. Ooh, I bet I could. Hey, thank you for the follow there. Much appreciated. Oh, definitely not getting the hang of this, but it's like feels way better. Ooh, butt pump, yeah. Yes, brand new. This is actually my first time playing it. Oh, damn. Should have rolled on that one. We'll just stop right here. Guess that's the edge of the map. Run up there. Aha! Oh, that's fun though. Whoops. Ah. Slam my head in the wall. I like this particular. This area right here is nice. Good way to practice jumps and whatnot. Whoops. Oh, absolutely. Like if I was doing this in real life, no thank you. Okay. Damn. Okay. Starting to. Ooh, that almost sucked. Oh. Oof. It kind of feels like an awkward Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That's what it feels like. So you throw yourself off of a ledge like that. but I like the overall feel of it. Like it's one of those that I could sit here and probably play for a little while and just mess around and trick out, just kind of get a feeling for it until eventually, I actually start getting okay at it. Yeah, this isn't so bad. I love slamming myself face first into the walls. That's the best part. Tripping off the ledges. Oh, nope, that's a wall. But I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up for today. Fun little bit of messing around with some games. So today, actually, we got quite a lot done in Satisfactory. We got a new blueprint set up. Actually, we got technically 2 new blueprints set up, both of which for getting smelting done. So that'll be nice. Over the weekend, I'll probably do some more work on our long ass tunnel out to the desert, so that way I can we can actually get to work out there as well, and then maybe also see about getting our factory for crystal oscillators set up. Although I may hold off on that until Monday. It just kind of depends on how I feel. Other than that, though, that is going to be it for today. Thank you again, Hollows for Games. Much appreciated as always. Awesome. Other than that, though, that is going to be it for today. You all have a wonderful weekend. Stay out of trouble. And remember, if you get caught, I don't know you. I will catch you guys next week.